The National Power Grid Corporation, or NGCP, has made a transmission development plan which would address the rising electricity demand in the country. This 10-year program involves laying down high-voltage circuits which would interconnect power plants to distributors. NGCP, the demand is expected to go up 10 years from now. Again, here's Jorge Bandola.
Transmission Development Plan. This is a 10-year program of the National Grid Corporation in line with the Power Grid Code and EPIRA law to develop and strengthen the transmission highways from the power producers down to the power distributors that caters to the power consumers. TDP aligns with the recommendations from the Department of Energy with the concurrence of the Energy Regulatory Commission. Under the 2013-2023 TDP, NGCP expects a 17,900 megawatt demand in 2023 from 11,305 megawatt consumption last year. And since the demand goes up 10 years from now alongside with the expected influx of power producers, the NGCP is now busy laying down the high voltage circuits to interconnect these power plants to distributors. In the updated TDP, NGCP plans to lay down a submarine cable that will link power load from Balitaan to Cavite and Manila, a link between the Leyte, Visayas, Mindanao in anticipation of the increased demand in Visayas and to get more supply from Mindanao. A backbone link that will interconnect power in Cebu and Panay, as well as the Mindoro-Batangas interconnection. But it is not easy for the NGCP to build lines and cables and substations. It should conform with the load growth or the number of the expected consumers, generator entry, or the expected number of power producers in a particular area that needs the transmission highway, congestion alleviation if the lines can take the load capacity, or if the facilities are resilient via the system reliability factor, thus ensuring a quality power for the consumers and to the islands next to the power producers via the interconnection service. In spite of this expansion and development, NGCP assures the end users transmission charge will not be a burden.
ERC is crucial because they are the ones who determine whether we're overspending and overbuilding. Overbuilding meaning we're putting in equipment that the grid does not need. Kasi right now, the limitation is we only build as the grid requires it. Kasi nga, mababurden ang consumers with paying for facilities that they don't really need. It's like you're a farm-to-market road na tatatlo lang ang farmer mo, tapos lang yung stalls mo sa merkado, pero tayo ka 10-lane highway, expressway level na meron pang second level na ganon. So we're not allowed to do that.
For People's Television, Jorge Bandola.